welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome to the all new subscribers. Viola Extreme Machines, VXM, 914-490-4306. Behind me I have the next little project that we're going to be working on. So my buddy just bought this car, and let me turn this around. I'll show you what we're doing to it. So my buddy just bought this car, 1930, got suicide doors on it. Pretty nice little hot rod. Needs some personal touches that it needs to be fixed up, a few things. We fixed the latches on the hood, put new spark plugs in it, put new wires and stuff on it, got it running correctly. Had a couple of misses, wires were burning out all over the place and stuff. Fixed the latches on the hood, like I said. A couple of things that we're gonna do is, the car needs interior, so we're gonna have our buddy Bob do all the interior. Being that this is suicide doors, I just came back taking it for a ride, and this thing, what happens is as you drive it along, hit some bumps and stuff, the door actually wants to come unlatched. So we're gonna put a couple of safety latches on the inside of the doors so they can't open. That's why they call them suicide doors, okay? Because you're taking your life in your hands with them. Anyway, we're gonna be taking the rims off. We're gonna be painting the rims red, because that's what color the interior is gonna be. The car itself is a flat black, hot rod black. And the other thing, the main issue with it, okay, that I want to show you in a second. Let me get it back up in the air and I'll show you what the deal is. So let me show you what's going on with this. This is an all steel car. So when they did the suspension, see if you can see that. Maybe from this end here. Yeah, there you go. It's bottoming out, okay? It's got no travel in the shocks whatsoever. You're talking 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch there, and about 3/4 of an inch there. And you go down the road and it rides all nice, and as soon as you hit a bump, it bottoms out hard. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna modify this perch, lower this down so we can extend the shock. And then we're gonna, first thing we're gonna try to do is modify this. And then we're probably gonna have to, it looks like we're gonna have to raise the floor, okay, to give it some clearance. That's probably what the best option is. But now the tank is above that, so we gotta see what we're gonna do, all right? So, stay tuned. This is the next project. All right. So here's what we're gonna do with this thing. We're gonna take the exhaust out of the way, take the dry shaft out. We're gonna end up taking the rear, either take the rear out of the car, or at least get the body up and separate as much as we can. We're gonna disconnect the shocks and separate the body from the rear as much as we can. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another hole. Hopefully I could do this in the car, if not I gotta take it out. Another hole in this track locator. I'm gonna drop the hole down to here, and that'll give us an extra 1.5 inches of clearance. And then I'll make a new one up, a new bar up. And then over here, what we're gonna do is probably end up cutting a hole out of this so we can use the same spring, because the spring will work, but the shock doesn't have enough travel in it. So we're gonna cut this out and extend this down with a pocket and be able to extend the shock down so the shock has more travel to it. All right? All right, now you can see where it was hitting. can barely put my finger through there. So when the weight's on it, it just, you know, you got weight on it like that. And then you hit one bump and then it's all over the place. Alright, so I'm gonna take that track bar out and then hopefully we can make a hole in here. We have enough room. I'm hoping we got enough room in here with this bar in the way, but if not, we'll try lifting the body up and out of the way. Alright, so another problem I found now. This joint, this hind joint's frozen because it don't move, and then there's no lock on here. So this is flopping in the breeze. It's supposed to have a locking nut like that. So this one is worn out, and this one's frozen. But this has got no joint. I'm just gonna make a new one of these up. So we'll make a new one of these up. All right. All right. So continuing on with this, another thing. That is hitting the weights when it goes around. It's like right there. So we're gonna, on both sides. So when we get the wheels off, because we're gonna paint these wheels anyway, we'll make sure these are, we're gonna put a little bend in that so it comes away from the rim, and that'll take care of that. So I'm trying to figure out how to pick this thing up. So once I get it picked up in the back, I could separate the, you know, the suspension, and hopefully I could separate it enough where I could take the spring and the shock completely out and then make a pocket like we were talking about and extend this down. So I'm going to try to make that. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this thing up in the air first and extended, and that'll also give me enough room to make that hole up on top of that track point. All right, so I'm trying to get the top of the shock loose. It's up against the nut and the stud that sticks out on the top. It's up against the body like that, so I can't even get the nut loose. I cracked it loose and then it goes up against the, you can hear it hitting the tin against the body. But now I'm looking at another thing is, see that angle that they're on? They're on an angle like that. They really need to be straight up and down. So I'm gonna cut this completely off, and I'll be able to get the spring out. I might have to leave the shock in place for now, or if I can't get them off. This side I could probably get off. The other side's gonna be tight. I gotta do something with the other side. But these need to be further back. This needs to be, that shock needs to be like that. Now obviously you can't move the top, so we're gonna end up moving the front. I mean the bottom. You can't go any longer here. And then we can't really move the rear back because then the dry shaft won't fit. All right, so we're gonna cut these off. I have to figure out how to support the body and raise the body still, but I'm gonna cut these off. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. Probably cut these off and move them down and out. But I'm gonna make a pocket so that the shock could come out if it ever has to come out. All right, so trying to figure out how to get this thing separated. Separate the suspension is what I'm trying to do here, so I could drop the rear down or whatever to get to drill that hole. So there's no way to get a jack under here, so I jacked up the rear of the whole car, put these blocks here, and hopefully that's gonna hold it up. We'll see. That's good. Drop the rear down. Okay. Looks good. He's holding up. Good thing the car ain't heavy. All right. See if I got enough room now. Yeah, it looks like I got enough room now to be able to drill that out. That's how much room the shock really needs, is like that. But we're gonna get it back to ride height again where it was. Maybe pick it up a ½ an inch or something if we have to, but probably won't even have to do that. All right, here we go. Now I'll try to make some holes. All right, so I ordered new Heim joints, and then we're gonna make a new track bar. All right. So this is the size we're gonna use. So basically this is gonna go in here. I don't know if you can see that. All right, we're gonna cut that. That'll be down there. You'll pick up 2 inches. That's all we need. All right. All right. I'm gonna start drilling that hole. Hopefully I could get through that metal. All right. All right, so I got a pilot hole. At least I got the pilot hole in there. Check the fitting, make sure that thing fits right. Yep. Cool. All right. That's that. All right. Now I just gotta make the hole bigger. We gotta work our way up to like it's a 1/2 inch bolt. Actually, it's 9/16 bolt. And now it's only gotta be this size, so 1/2 inch bolt. 1/2 inch. So we gotta work our way up to 1/2 inch. All right. Try to go one more size up. That's 3/8. And then what I'm looking at now is, so where it bolts on up here on the top, we're gonna have to raise that up a little bit so that it goes, because this is coming down, that's gonna have to go up to clear the exhaust. Plus now this is 9/16, I need a 1/2. So we'll make it a little bit higher. There's room in here. I could weld 2 plates up on top and extend it. All right, let me keep going. All right, try to go with this one now. That bit's no good. All right, gonna have to go get another bit. All right, picked up another new drill bit, 1/2 inch. And this should go right through. All right. Oh yeah. good. Sleeve in it. All right. Okay. Now I can hack the top of it off. All right, now I can cut the top of that bracket off. Okay. Okay. So this is how much room we picked up. So now the hole's gonna be down here. Now you got that much more plus what it was. So now you got enough room for it to move around. So I'm gonna grind this down clean, round it all off so it looks smooth. Get all that stuff out of there. And we should be good. Let me show you what it looks like now. So let's see. It was that big. So now we're gonna get rid of this. All right. And then we're gonna round this off like that, clean this up, and now that's it. So now you're gonna have that much more clearance. So that'll take care of that part of it. Then we gotta do something with the shocks. All right, I'm gonna grind that piece, round it all off, clean that up.